He had a horseshoe in there.
Oh man, you start out first.
Obviously, he's the hometown boy, he's the home crowd. Was there a plan coming out, or was that just a punch that you connected and it just dropped in?
No, that was a plan because what happened was in my last fight, I fought a southpaw, right? So I felt like I made a few mistakes and I didn't prepare properly. So I've been in camp specifically working on these punches. So being that he's a southpaw, I had to step out to the left side, you know what I'm saying, and just come with the right hand. But as I'm throwing the right hand, leaning more on my outer foot, and it landed. You're right.
How long have you been kind of working on that for?
For the last 6 weeks, for the last month and a half, I've been away to training camp. For the first time in my life, I went to training camp. Where I was away from my family, away from my loved ones, and all I was doing was just training day in, day out. From training to locking myself into room. That's all I did.
You obviously up the fight. You mentioned you obviously respect Danny as a fighter, and you hope all as well. And this is a fight that he's been. It's been 4 years since you guys last fought. You beat him again. Do you know what's next for you? Do you know where you want to go?
To be honest with you, I'm just so humble and grateful that everything worked out good. I'm just eager to get back to my family, spend some family time, and I leave that up. I leave that up to Tommy Gallagher and DeBella. Whichever way they ready to point me, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go back to training camp. They tell me I'm ready to fight next week. I'm ready to pack myself and go back to training camp. It's a sacrifice, and I'm ready to do it.
Obviously, this was again mostly a pro kind of crowd, like we're talking about. But what did this mean for you then? Kind of maybe as the not really hometown guy.
I knew coming in here that all the pressure was on him. So I had no pressure. My pressure was just to come in here and make noise. And being that it was a home crowd, that home crowd was going to put me on a defensive mode that all it was going to do was take the beast out of me. So I already knew from the beginning that all the pressure was going to be on him. I knew what it was. I had my last fight in front of my home crowd, and I took a loss. And after I took that loss, I went into depression. I was depressed because I lost in front of my home crowd. And in my mind, I already knew. I knew all the pressure was on him, and I knew I was coming in here to win. And to be honest with you, I had it planned already. Then once I beat him, I didn't know I was going to beat him like this. But once I beat him, I was going to pull him aside and share my experience. So therefore, hopefully, he wouldn't go through the same thing that I just went through.
What did this mean to you to kind of win here in front of your family and some of the friends maybe that you had here and stuff?
Oh, man. I've been through so much in life. This today was a dream. It was a vision I had for a very long time. So it was a dream come true. I sacrifice so much, all year round. Sometimes I'm not able to be with my kids. My kids are big, they're getting big because I'm always working and training and sacrificing to give them a better life, So, I'm just grateful and I'm humble.
Thanks.
Good. Well, your hard work paid off. You looked very impressive. You looked amazing when you stepped into the ring. Walking into the ring, you looked very focused. Your mind was set on victory, on winning. And that's exactly what you did. That was one of the most sensational knockouts I've seen in a long time. How does that make you feel knowing that you scored or you secured such a knockout as such?
To be honest with you, I'm just grateful. I'm happy. It hasn't even sunk in yet. The fight was so fast that I was like, I feel like I just walked in and walked right back out. So it really hasn't sunk in yet. Like I said, I'm just grateful. I'm happy. I'm ready to climb the ladder from here to whatever they have next, and I want to chase a world title shot. I want to become champion of the world. That's my dream.
Who are you trying to fight next?
Oh man, you know what's funny, man? I'm humble and I really don't like calling people out, right? I really don't. But I asked for permission. I asked Tommy Gallagher for permission. If I want this fight like this, man, this guy is very disrespectful. Every time he wins a fight, he's always talking about he's the can man. I would love to give him a piece of this Puerto Rican, Adrian Broner. He's a real disrespectful little guy. Always Mexican, Puerto Rican. Well, come see this Puerto Rican. Give this Puerto Rican an opportunity, man.
Are you Puerto Rican?
You look like Superman tonight.
I would love the opportunity to humble Adrian Broner down. That's what I would love.
Wow. What does this victory mean to your career?
The victory to my career. I guess you could ask Tommy Guy, like Tommy, answer that. What does this victory mean to my career?
I think what it means to his career is that he sacrificed. Lopez and his father took him to Florida. They did a wonderful job with him. They got into his head because he's got a head that we don't even want to talk about. But, and I was shocked. I was just as surprised as everybody else because of his dedication. He focused. He got away from that nastiness. When he got in the ring, he brought it back. So he did a wonderful job. And Lopez and his old man should be real proud of the work they did. And by the way, I want Broner. So
I think a lot of guys do. Mr. Bracero,
I'll see you tomorrow.
congratulations. Good to see you back in the win column. Good to see you back. Silenced a lot of critics tonight. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Beat decisive victory over Danny O'Connor, and you silenced a lot of critics. Like I said, question your punching power. You can't question it after tonight. Tell us what's going through your mind.
You know, first, you know what happened was, you know, I was away from the sport for a while. So when I came back in, you know, I had to you know, work on the job. So my fights, I was learning and I was still experiencing and I was still maturing. Now, you know, I matured more. What happens is in my prior fights, you know, I was a little too jumpy, moving around, and too jittery. And today I just came in here nice and relaxed. I learned how to just pace myself, take it easy, plant my feet, and do what I do in the gym. You know, and it worked. And
If I can remember correctly, I believe it was the Aviator Center where we saw that kind of decisive power that you had. I remember you were doing some strength training that you were working on. Am I correct about that? About 2 or 3 years ago, am I right? I remember it. Tell us, what's different about training camp? What are you focusing on now? What are you doing that's bringing that type of power into your regimen?
You know, I relocated. I was in Orlando, Florida, training in Orlando, Florida, Lopez Boxing Gym. And, you know, it's like a school over there. You know, I wake up in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, we'll meet up, he'll take me running. You know, I'll drive a half hour to the gym, a half hour back home just to go lock myself in a room, you know, lock myself in the room, go back to sleep for a couple, you know, get some rest, get up, go back to the gym. That's all I did. All I did was just train for this fight and prepare. You know, everything I was doing, I felt like, you know, that's all I did. My life was just boxing and training for the past month and a half.
I have 2 questions for you. This one going, again, all of us ringside, we even talk about it. None of us, we all love knockouts, we all love the sport. It's, when somebody gets knocked out like that, okay, we're only spectators. In the position that you were in that ring, what goes through a fighter's mind when you see a guy on his back, not knowing if he's getting back up?
When I hit him, I was like, all right, cool. I just dropped him. He's gonna get back up. You know what I'm saying? So when I dropped him and he wasn't getting up, and I seen his eyes, I'm humbled because I know the fight was over with, but I felt bad. I felt bad only because I knew. Yesterday during the press conference, he had his wife and his kids there with him. You know, this is his hometown crowd, so I know he has family. So when I put him out like that, he wasn't getting up, I felt bad, man, because I know he had his loved ones here, and I know that was going to affect his loved ones, and I know that hurt them. You know, maybe I'm a fighter, I shouldn't be thinking that way, and I shouldn't be having, you know, whatever it is, but that was the first thing that went to my mind. I was overwhelmed, I was humbled, I was happy, but at the same time, you know, my heart was going out to him and his families, and I knew that they were in the crowd, and I was feeling, you know, thinking about how they were feeling at the moment also.
And moving forward to the rest of your career now, again, you know, I won't say a veteran stage of your career, but, you know, you've tasted a little bit of gold. At some point, I believe it was the NABF title, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You've built yourself the old-fashioned way, in club fight, you know, been there from day one of BB Kings.
Yeah.
What does Gabriel Bracero do now? Where do we go from here? Are we ready for a title? Do you want to grab one of the sister titles right now? Where do we go?
To be honest with you, man, the way things are going right now, man, this is the second part of my career now. You know, I matured up. You know, I'm a family man. You know, I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. You know, and you know, I'm in the adjustment of changing. You know, and as far as my career right now, man, I'm ready for whatever comes my way. If they tell me we're fighting for a world title next month, you know, or 2 months from now, I'm gonna go to training camp and do what I have to do to prepare. prepared to win that world title. And right now, I'm not sure if you heard my entrance song. You know, my entrance was like, you know, you believe me, you tell me no, I'll tell you yeah. You know, you believe it can happen, I'll show you it can happen. You know, anything is possible, and I'm ready to prove that to the world.
Proved it tonight for sure.
Yes, you did.
It was a pleasure seeing you fight tonight, and lots of luck with the rest of your career.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
We heard from the champion, but I want to hear from the kids. What's your response on your father's great victory tonight? How do you feel about it?
Oh man, we're so proud of him. Like, this is insane. Like, I had a vision earlier. I told my mom on my way, like that 5-hour drive here from PA. I was just telling my mom I had visions that like my dad was gonna drop and this was completely. I don't know. This is just
when I was down in the locker room, my daughter was texting me. She was sending me texts while I was in the locker room. She says, "Dad, you know, Dad, I'm proud of you. Dad, you're gonna do it. Dad, God is with us." And I texted her back and I told her, I said, "Tonight, after tonight, our lives are gonna change forever." I sent that text. I said, "Tonight, our lives change forever."
Well, Dad, you did have it. And I seen the tears in your eyes after you didn't see him get up. I mean, tell me a little bit about those tears.
The tears was because, you know, I was humbled because the hard work paid off and I knocked him out, and I just got into a zone that I was just thinking God, you know. I had a real, it's been a spiritual experience, you know, all throughout training camp. You know, I'm not here because I'm lucky. I'm here because I'm blessed, and obviously because God has a purpose for me. I've been through a lot in life, and I bounced back. You know, so I want to be that success story where people, you know, it doesn't matter how many mistakes you make in life, and you can always bounce back. Whether it's you lost, you fall down in life, any mistakes you make, you can always bounce back. And obviously God has a purpose for me, and I'm just here to live destiny.
Well, congratulations on your great victory. God bless, brother.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you.